thunder, lightning, or in rain.
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of sun. Where the place?
Upon the heath.
There to meet with
Macbeth. Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Hover through the fog in a filthy air.
Bloody man is that, he can report, as seemeth by his plight, of the revolt, the newest state.
This is the sergeant, who like a good and hardy soldier fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend, say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two split swimmers that do cling together and choke their art. But for all's too weak, for brave Macbeth, well he deserves the name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steels, which smoked with bloody execution. Like valor's minions carved out his passage till he faced the slave, which nor shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chaps and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
Mark, King of Scotland, Mark, no sooner justice had with valored arms compelled these skipping curds to trust in their heels, but the Norwegian lord surveying vantage with furbished arms and supplies of men began a fresh assault.
Dismayed this not our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
If I say sooth, though I must report that, as cannons overcharged and double cracks, so they duly redoubled upon the foe. But I am faint. My gashes cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go get him surgeons. Who comes here?
Worthy Thane of Ross.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself with terrible numbers, assisted by the most disloyal traitor, Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, till the Bellana's bridegroom, laughed in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point rebellious, arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude, victory fell on us.
Great happiness. No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go pronounce his death, and with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou? A soldier's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master of the tiger. But in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give thee a wind.
Thou art kind.
And I another.
I myself have all the other, and the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know, I the shipman's card. Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live, a man forbid. Weary of nights, 9 times 9 shall he dwindle, peak, and pine. Though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest-tossed. Here, I have a pilot's thumb. Practice homeward did he come.
A drum, Macbeth doth come. The weird sisters, hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9. Peace, the charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
No Faust called Forez. What are these so withered and so wild in their attire? They look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on it. Live you? Or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me, but each at once her chaffy finger laying upon her skinny lips.
Speak, if you can. What are you?
All hail, Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis!
All hail, Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor!
All hail, Macbeth! Thou shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are you fantastical, or that which indeed outwardly ye show? My noble friend you greet with present grace and great prediction. Noble having enough royal hope, to me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail!
Hail!
Lesser than Macbeth and greater?
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings though thou be none, so all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
Stay, you perfect speakers. Tell me more. By my father's death, I know I'm Thane of Glamis. But how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman. To be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why, on this blasted heath, you stop our way with such prophetic reading. Speak, I charge you.
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air. And what seems corporal melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed.
Were such things here as we do speak about, or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too, but not so.
To the self-same tune and words. Who's here?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. As thick as hail came post with post, and everyone did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks.
And, in earnest of greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy life bears that judgment which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of the enemy, or did line the rebel with hidden help advantage, I know not. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Glamis and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Do not hope your children shall be kings when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promise no less to them?
That trusted home might yet encumber you unto the crown besides Thane of Cawdor, but 'tis strange. And oftentimes to win us to our harms, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles, only to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
2 truths are told, as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. Thank you, gentlemen. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs, against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
Why, if chance may have me king, chance may crown me without my stir. Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Come, let us toward the king. Think upon what hath changed, and in more time the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts to each other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough. Come, friend.
Is execution done on Cawdor?
I've spoken with the one who saw him die, who did report that very frankly he'd confessed his treasons, implored your highness' pardon, and set forth the deep repentance. Nothing in his life became unlike him leaving it. He died as one has been studied in his death, to throw away the dearest thing he owed, as 'twere a careless trifle.
Oh, worthiest cousin, the sin of mine gratitude even now is heavy upon me. Thou art so before. The swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. More is thy due than more all can pay.
The service and loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne, state, children, and servants, which do but what they should, by doing everything safe toward your love and honor.
Welcome hither. I've begun to plant thee, and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, that hast no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and those whose places are the nearest, know we will establish our state upon our eldest, Malcolm, who we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland. Which honor must, not unaccompanied, invest him only, but signs of nobleness like stars shall shine on all deservers, from hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
I'll leave myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach.
My worthy Cawdor.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else or leap. For in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye wink at the hand, yet let that be what the eye fears when it is done to see.
Every hope that I have here in this so sinful world is anchored in the blood of the Lamb. Though the billows are raging and we're tossed to and fro, there is peace.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report that they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with Hail, King that shalt be. This I have thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dews of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Lambs thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet I fear thy nature. It's too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, thou wouldst holily, wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst strongly win. Thou'dst have great glams, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do than wishes should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have crowned thee withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who, were so, would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him who almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. Oh. The raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits, attend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe-top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, and no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect in it. Come to my woman's breast, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my king knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold.
Gave me peace and joy within. My hope is anchored in his blood, his precious blood. My hope is anchored in
Worthy Cawdor, and greater than both by the all hell hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put tonight's great business into my dispatch. For all our days and nights to come, give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We shall speak further.
Only to look up clear, to alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself upon our gentle senses.
This guest of summer, the temple-haunting martlet, does approve by his loved mansion that the heaven's breath smells warmly here. No jutty, frieze, buttress, nor coign of vantage, yet this bird hath made his pendant bed and procreant cradle. Where they most breed and haunt, the air is delicate.
See, our honored hostess, how you shall bid God, shield us for your pains and thank us for your trouble.
All our service every point twice done and then done double. We're poor in single business to contend against those honors deep and broad wherewith your highness loads our house. For those of old we rest your hermits.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We coerced him at the heels and sought to be his purveyor. but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, hath hoped him to his house before us. Gentle and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and will continue our good graces toward him. By your leave, hostess.
we're done when 'tis done, 'twere well if it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence, and catch with his surcease success, that but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here, upon this bank and shoal of time, we jump to life to come. But in these cases, we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which, being taught, return to plague the inventor. Is this even-handed justice that commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips? He's here in double trust. First, as I'm his kinsman, and his subject, both strong against the deed. Then as his host, who should against his murder shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. And pity, like a naked newborn babe, striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim hoarse upon the slightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, the tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls upon the other.
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has?
Proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which be born now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since and wakes it now to look so green and pale and when it did so freely? This time, as I account thy love, art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act in valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the cat in the adage?
I dare do all to become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. We so much more the man. Nor time nor place then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and yet their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from its boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail?
We fail! But screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his 2 chamberlains will I, with wine and with sails, so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume, the receipt of reason, a limbic only. When their drenched natures lie as in death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men, children only, for thy undaunted mettle should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy 2 of his own chamber, and use their very daggers that he have done it?
Who dares receive it other? As we shall make our grief and clamor roar upon his death.
I'm settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide, but the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
She goes down at 12.
I take it it's later, sir.
Hold, my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. The candles are all out. Take thee that too. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend?
What, sir, not yet at rest? King's abed. He hath been an unusual pleasure, and sent forth great largesse to your office. Nay more, he greets your wife withal by the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content. I dreamt last night of the 3 weird sisters. To you, they showed some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we'd spend it in some words upon that business. if you grant the time.
At your kindest pleasure.
If you shall cleave to my consent, when 'tis it shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, but still keep my bosom franchised and my allegiance clear. I should be counseled.
Go repose the while.
Thanks, sir, the like to you.
Go bid thy mistress. When her drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get you to bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me? Handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision? Sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form palpable as this, which now I draw. Thou marshalst me in the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made a fool of the other senses. Or else, worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dungeon, gouts of blood, which was not so before. There is no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now o'er the one half-world, nature seems dead. Wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. And withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls his watch thus with stealthy pace. And Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design, moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm-set earth, hear not my steps. Which way they walk for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabouts. Take the present horror from the time. As I threat, he lives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell which summons thee to heaven or to hell.
Made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace! 'Twas an owl that shrieked. Fatal bellman who gives the sternest good nights, he is about. Doors are open. Sleepy grooms do mock their charge with snores. I've drugged their possets. Death and nature do contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's there? What ho?
Oh, alack, I'm afraid they've awakened. Oh, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. I had laid their daggers ready. He could not miss him. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended?
Aye.
Hark. Who lies in the second chamber?
Donalbain.
This is a sorry sight.
Foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
This one did laugh and sleep, and one cried murder. That they did wake each other. They did say their prayers and address them again to sleep.
Consider it not so deeply.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman hands. Listening to their fear, I could not say amen when they did say, God bless us.
There are two lodged together?
I had most need of blessing and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth doth murder sleep, the innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life, sore labor's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher of life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still, it cried, sleep no more. To all house gloms, Macbeth hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more!
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go, get some water, and wash this filthy witness from your hands. Why did you bring the daggers here? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with the blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afeard to think of what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Firm of purpose. Give me the daggers then. Sleeping in the dead are but as pictures. I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is 'twas me when every noise appalls me? What hands are these? They pluck out mine eyes. What, will all great Neptune's oceans wash this blood clean from my hand? No. This my hand will rather the multitudinous scenes in Incarnadine make the green one red.
My hands are of your color. I shame to wear a heart so right. You're knocking. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy it is then. Your constancy hath left you unattended. More knocking. Get on your nightgown lest occasion call and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best not know myself. Wake Duncan with thy knocking, I would thou couldst!
Here's a knocking indeed. If I were porter of Hellgate. He should have all turning the key. Knock! 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 Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Here's a farmer indeed, who hangs himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time, have napkins and all before you. Here, you'll sweat for it. Knock! Knock! Who's there? Faith, here's an equivocator who could swear in both the scales against either scale, who committed treason for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock! 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 Who's there? Faith, here's an English tailor come hither, but stealing out of a French hose. Oh, come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock! 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 Never quiet! What are you? This place is too cold to equivocate for hell. I'll double port it no further. I thought to have let out some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. But I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we are carousing until the second cock and drink is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine, and lechery, sir. Though it may be said to be an equivocate with lechery, it makes him, it mars him, it sets him on, it takes him off. It persuades him. It disheartens him. In conclusion, he equivocates him in his sleep, and giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe Drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir.
Is thy master stirring?
Our knocking has awakened him. Here he comes. Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow both.
Is the king stirring, worthy Thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring it to him.
I know this is joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physics pain. Here is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly where we lay. Our chimneys were blown down, strange screams of death, and prophesizing the obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
Oh, horror! 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 Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke over the Lord's anointed temple, and stole thence the life of the building.
Mean you his majesty?
See, and then speak yourself. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Banquo and Donalbain! Malcolm! Awake! Shake off the stony sleep, death's counterfeit, and look upon death itself. Banquo, as from your graves, rise up and walk like sprites that countenance this horror. Ring the bell!
What is this horrible trumpet that calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak!
Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. Repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Banquo, her royal master is murdered.
Oh, alas, what in our house!
Too cruel anywhere. I prithee contradict thyself and say it not so.
If I had died but an hour before this chance, I'd lived to blessed time. But now, there is nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead.
What is amiss?
You are. And though you do not know it, the spring, the head, the fountain of your life is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father is murdered.
Oh, my
Those of his chambers, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were abashed with blood. So were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
What?
Wherefore did you so?
Who could be wise, amazed, temperate, furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition of my violent love outrun the pause of reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood. His gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature. The ruin's wasteful entrance, there, the murderers steeped in the colors of their trade. Their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain who had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make love known?
Look to the lady. Why do we hold our tongues? That most may claim this argument for ours.
It's away. Our tears have not yet brewed.
Nor our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer an exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all. Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which a false man does easy. Out to England.
To Ireland, aye. Our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and our safest ways to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking. There's warrant in the theft which seals itself when there's no mercy left.
Threescore and 10 I can remember well. Within the volume of time which I have seen, hours dreadful and things strange, this sore night hath trifled former knowings.
Aye, good mother, thou seest the heavens as trouble with man's act. By the clock, 'tis day, and yet darkness does face earth entombed when living light should kiss it.
'Tis unnatural the deed that's done.
On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in her place of pride, was by a mousing owl hawked at and killed.
And Duncan's horses broke their stalls, flung out, contending against obedience as they would make war with mankind.
'Tis said they ate each other.
They did so, to the amazement of mine's eyes looked upon. Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir, now?
Why, see you not?
It's known who did this more than bloody deed.
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
What good could they pretend?
They were suborned, Malcolm and Donalbain. The king's 2 sons are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named, and going to Scone to be invested.
Where is Duncan's body?
Carried to Colmkill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardian of their bones.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin, I'll to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old robe sit easier than our new.
Farewell. May God's bention go with you, and those that would make good of bad and friends of foes.
Sometimes I get weary of life's fleeting days, where heaven I long to behold, and through His great mercy and marvelous grace, I'll reach the blessed city of gold. Oh, what a glad wonderful day will come in the sweet by and by, when all of God's saints, glorified saints, shall meet in that tremendous.
Thou hast it now. King, Cawdor, Glamis, all, as the wheelwoman promised. And, I fear, thou hast played most foully for it. Yet it was said, it should stand not in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why, by the verities on thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir. I request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with a most indissoluble tie forever.
Rise you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
You should have also desired your good advice in today's council, but we'll take tomorrow. Is't far ye ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt now and supper. Goes not my horse the better, I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel patricide, filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow. Hie, to your horse, adieu, till you return at night. Goes Fleance with you?
Aye, my good lord. Our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be the master of his time. Till 7 at night, to make society the sweeter welcome, we shall meet in the hall. While then, God be with you. Sirrah, a word. Attend those men our pleasure.
Aye, my lord. They are without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus, our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares. And in that dauntless temper of his mind, he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There's none but he whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked. It is said, Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when they first put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then, prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren scepter in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue, I have filed my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan have I murdered, put rancors in the vessel of my peace. Only for them, and my common jewels given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings, the seeds of Banquo's kings. Rather than so, come fate into the list, and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
You considered my speeches. No, it was he in times past which held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last conference, how crossed the instruments who wrought with them, and that who might to half a soul and to an ocean craze say, thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospeled to pray for this good man and for his issue, who if with a heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye, in the catalogue ye go for men, as hounds, greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, sows, water rugs, and demi-wolves, clept all by the name of dogs. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, each one according to the gift which bounteous nature hath in him chosen. And so then, if you've a station in the file, not in the worst rank of manhood, say it. I will put that business in your bosoms, whose bloody execution doth take your enemy off.
I am one, my liege.
And I another.
Both of you know Banquo is your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine, and in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrusts against my nearest of life. And though I could, with barefaced power, sweep him from my sight, yet I must not. And so to assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye, for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Your spirits shine through you. Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves, for it must be done tonight. And something from the palace, to leave no rubs or botches in the work. Fleance, his son that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than his father's, shall embrace the fate of the dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Is Banquo left yet?
Aye, madam, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Naught's had, all spent, where our desires got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scorched the stake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint. Both worlds suffer ere we will eat our meal in fear and sleep, in affliction of these terrible dreams which shake us nightly. Better be we with the dead, whom we to gain our peace have sent to peace than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's dreadful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done its worst. Nor steel, nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy. Nothing can touch him further.
Gentle, my lord, sleek o'er your rugged looks. Bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love, and so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence both with eye and tongue. And safe the while that we must lave our spirits in our honors, and make our faces vizards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou know'st that Banquo and his fiance lives.
But in them nature's copy's not a turn.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou jocund, ere the bat hath flown his cloistered fight. Ere to black Hecate's summons, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck. So thou applaud the deed? Come, sealing night, scarf with the tender eye of pitiful day. And with thy bloody and invisible hand, cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps them pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of the day begin to droop and drowse, while night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelst at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun makes them so strong by ill. So prithee, go with me.
But who do bid thee join with us?
Macbeth. He needs to utter mistrust as he delivers. Our office isn't what we have to do to the directions just.
Then stand with us.
Give us a light there. Ho!
Light, 'tis he. Stand to it.
There'll be rain tonight.
Let it come down! Ah!
Light! Thou mayst revenge! Leave!
Who did strike out the light? Was not the way? There's but one down, the sun is fled.
We've lost best half of our affair.
Oh, let's away and say how much is done.
You know your own degrees. Sit down. To the first and last, a hearty welcome.
Thanks to your majesty.
Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks that they are welcome.
See, they encounter thee with their heart's thanks. Both sides are even. Here, I'll sit in the midst, be large in mirth. Anon, we will drink a measure to the table round. There's blood on my face.
'Tis Banquo's, then.
'Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
Aye, my lord. His throat is cut. That I did for him.
Not the best of cutthroats. Yet, he's good that did like for Fleance. If thou didst sit, thou art the non-pariah.
Most royal, sir. Fleance escaped.
Then comes my fit again. I'd else been perfect, whole as the marble, founded as the rock, broad and general as the casing air, but now I'm cabined, cribbed, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe.
I, my good lord, 7 did issue bites with 20 treachery gashes on his head, though at least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath nature that in time will venom breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee gone.
My royal lord, your noble friends do lack you.
Oh, sweet remembrancer. Good digestion wait on appetite and health on both. Here had we now our country's honor roofed, with a graced person of our Banquo present, who had rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Please, your highness, to grace us with your royal company.
Table's full.
Here is a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord, what is that moves your majesty?
Which one of you have done this?
What, my good lord?
Thou canst not say. Never shake like a reluctant me!
Gentlemen, rise! His highness is not well.
I pray you, keep seat. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought, he will be well again. If much you note him, you will offend him and extend his passions. Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one, that look upon that which might appall the devil.
This is the very painting of your fear. The air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. His flaws and starts, imposters to true fear, would well become a woman's story around a winter's fire. When all's done, you look upon a stool.
Behold, look, lo! Why, what say you? Why, what care I? If thou canst not, speak too! If charnel houses in their graves must send those we bury back, our monuments shall be the maws of kites!
What quite unmanned in folly?
If I stand here, I saw him. Times have been that when the brains were out, the man would die, and there an end! But now they rise again with 20 mortal murders on their crowns. Why, this is more strange than such a murder is!
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all. Give me some wine. I drink to the general joy of the table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. Would he were here. Avaunt, and quit my sight! Let the earth hide thee. Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold, and there is no speculation in the eyes that thou dost glare with.
Think of this, good Pierthford, as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other. Only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare? I dare approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, the armed rhinoceros, or the herking tiger. Hence, horrible shadow, unreal mockery, hence! Why so? Being gone, I'm a man again. I pray you, sit still.
Approach the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be, and overcome us like a summer's cloud without our special wonder? You make me strange, and now I think when you can behold such sights, and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks when mine is blanched with fear.
What sights, my good lord?
I pray you, speak not. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Send not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health attend his majesty.
We'll have blood. They say blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, and trees to speak. And augurs in understood relations have by maggot pies and choughs and rooks brought forth the secrets of man-blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning, which is which?
How say'st thou it? Macduff denies his person at our great bidding.
Did Did you send to him, sir?
Not here, by the way, but I will send. Now there is not a one but in his house who keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow to the weird sisters. More shall they speak, for now I'm bent to know by the worst means the worst. I am in blood stepped in so far that should I go no more. Returning now were as tedious as go o'er. Strange things I have in head that will to hand, which must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, will to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
Wayward son, spiteful and wrathful, who, as others do, loves for his own ends, not for you. But make amends now, get you gone, and at the pit of Acheron meet me in the morning. Thither he will come to know his destiny, your vessels and your spells provide, your charms and everything beside. Great business must be wrought ere noon, upon the corner of the moon, and by the strength of their illusion, shall draw him on his confusion.
Come, let's make haste.
My former speeches but have hit your thoughts, which can interpret further. Things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied on Macbeth. Marry, he was dead. And the right round Banquo walked too late. Whom you may say, if pleased you, Fleance killed, for Fleance fled. Man must not walk too late. Who cannot want the thought of how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damned fact! How did it grieve Macbeth? Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear that were the slaves of drink and the thralls of sleep? Was that not nobly done? Aye, and wisely too. Which would have angered any heart alive to hear the men deny it. I hear Macduff lives in disgrace, sir. Can you tell me where he bestows himself?
The noble Malcolm lives in the English court. Thither Macduff is gone, and this report hath so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt of war.
Some holy angel fly to the courts of England, that a swift blessing may soon return to our suffering country under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers with him.
Brinded cat hath you
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Up your cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails throw. Toad that under cold snow, days and nights has 31. Sweltered venom, sleeping got, boiled out first, the charmed pot.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Fillet of a fenny snake in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt, toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adder's fork and blind worm sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing. For charm of powerful trouble like a hell broth boil and bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, mar and gold. Of the raven, salt sea shark, root of hemlock digged in the tongue. Liver of blaspheming Jew, gall of goat, and slips of yew, silvered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and Tartar's lips. Finger of birth-strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab, make the gruel thick and slab, and thereto a tiger's chaudron for the ingredients of our cauldron. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Cool it with baboon's blood, and then the charm is firm and good.
Oh, well done. I commend your pains, and everyone shall share in the gains. And now about the cauldron sing, live elves and fairies in a ring, enchanting all that you put in.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
How now, you secret, black, and midnight hags? What is't you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you, by that which you profess, howe'er you come to know it, though you untie the winds and let them fight against the churches, though nature's Germans tumble altogether, even till destruction sicken, answer me to what I ask you.
Speak.
Demand.
We'll answer. Say, would thou rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters?
Call him. Let me see him.
Come, high and low, thyself in office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou no.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. Beware, Macduff. Beware the Thane of Fife. Dismiss me, enough.
Thou hast heart my fear all right, but one word more.
He will not be commanded. Here's another more potent than the first.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth.
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody bold and resolute. Laugh to scorn for the power of man, for none of women born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? And yet I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Macbeth shall never be vanquished until great Burnham Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest, bid the tree unfix his earthbound root? Rebellious stead rise never till the wood of Burnham rise, and high-placed Macbeth shall live the lease of nature. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your art can tell so much. Shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know.
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Down! Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs. Thy hair, thou other golden brown brow is but the first, and a third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? A fourth start, eyes. What? Will this line stretch out to the crack of doom? Another yet, a seventh. I'll see no more. And yet an eighth appears, which bears a glass which shows me many more. Now I see, if 'tis true, for the blood-boltered Banquo smiles upon me and laughs at them for his.
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Where are they? Gone? At this pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar.
What is your grace's will?
Saw ye the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride. I heard the galloping of horse. Who else came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word. Macduff has fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Time, thou anticipatest my dread exploits. From this moment, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. To crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. Seaton, the castle of Macduff I'll surprise. Give to the edge of the sword, his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls would trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool, this deed I'll do before his purpose cool. But no more sights.
What had he done to make him fly to land?
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom? To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansions and the titles from the place from whence himself does fly? He loves us not. He wants the natural touch. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds, will find her young ones in the nest against the owl. All is the fear, and nothing is the love, as little is the wisdom. So the flight runs against all reason.
I pray you, school yourself, but for your husband he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fit of the season. I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves, when we hold rumor for what we fear, yet know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea, each way and move. I take my leave of you. It shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at worst will cease, or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Father he is, and he is fatherless!
I am so much a fool. Should I stay any longer, it would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Sirrah, your father is dead. What will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, mother.
What, with worms and flies?
With what I can get, I mean, as so do they. But my father is not dead, for all your saying.
He is dead. How wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy 20 at any market.
Was my father a traitor, mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Everyone.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and swearers are fools, for there are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang up them.
God help thee, you poor monkey. But how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If you would not, it would be a good sign that I should quickly have a new father.
Poor prowler, how thou talk'st.
Bless you, fair dame. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. Be not found here. Hence with your little ones. Heaven preserve you. I dare abide no longer.
Well, whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I remember now I'm in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable, and to do good sometimes accounted dangerous folly.
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified as where thou mayst find him.
The traitor!
Thou liest, thou shag-eared villain.
No.
What, you egg? You crying!
No!
Treachery!
He has killed me, mother. Run away, I pray you. No! Murder! Murder!
Hands taking hold of me. Well, I am death, none can excel. I'll open the door to heaven or hell. Whoa, death, someone would pray. Could you wait to call me the preacher preached time and mercy.
This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil an empirical charge. But I shall crave your pardon, that which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest have fell.
I've lost my hopes.
Perchance even when I do find my doubts, why in that rawness you left wife and child, those strong knots of loves, those precious motives, without leave taking?
I would not be the villain that thou thinkst for the whole space that's in the tyrant's grasp, and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. Speak not in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each day a new gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there'd be hands uplifted in my right, and here, from gracious England, have I offer of goodly thousands. But, for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head, wear it on my sword. Yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself, I mean, and whom I know are the particulars of vice so grafted that, when they open, black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, avaricious, false, sudden, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name. But there is no bottom, none. To my voluptuousness, your wives, your daughters, your maids, your matrons could not fill up the cistern of my desire. Better Macbeth than such a one to reign.
But fear not yet to take upon you what is yours.
Were I king, I shall cut off the nobles for his land, desire his jewels, and this other's house. And my more having would be as a sauce to make me hunger more, that I should forge quarrels unjust, the good and the loyal, destroying them for wealth.
This avarice sticks deeper, yet all these are portable, with other graces weighed.
But I have none. Is the king becoming graces as justice, temperance, verity, perseverance, lowliness, courage, fortitude? I have no relish of them, but abound in the division of each several crime, acting it many ways. Nay, I had power, I shall pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth. If such a one be fit to govern, speak, I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live. Oh, nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant, bloody sceptred, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again? Since that the truest issue of thy throne, by his own interdiction, does blaspheme his breed. Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee often upon her knees, then her feet, died every day she lived. Fare thee well. These evils thou repeatest upon thyself have banished me from Scotland. Oh, my breast, thy hope ends here.
Macduff! This noble passion hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth has sought to win me into his power, but God above you, between thee and me, I should not betray the devil to his fellow in delight, no less than truth than life. My first false speaking was upon myself. What I am truly is thine and my poor country's to command. Whither indeed before thy hero approach 10,000 warlike men, already at a point we're setting forth. Now will together, and the chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel.
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once, 'tis hard to reconcile. See, who comes here? My ever-gentle cousin. Welcome hither.
Good God, but time's removed the means that makes us strangers.
Sir, amen.
Stands Scotland where it did?
Alas, poor country, it cannot be called our mother, but our grave. Her violent sorrow seems with modern ecstasy.
Oh, relation too nice, yet too true.
What's the news, Grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Each minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why? Well.
And all my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace?
No. They were well pleased when I did leave them. When I came hither to transport the tidings, which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows out. I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now's the time of your help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be comforted. We're coming thither with 10,000 men.
Would I could answer this with the like, but I have words that would be howled into desert air where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they? The general cause, or is the fee grief due to some single breast?
No, mine that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep enough from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Well, now your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess some with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard.
I guessed at it.
Your castle of surprise, your wife and babes savagely slaughtered, to relate the manner of were on the query of these murdered deer, to add the death of you.
Merciful heaven, what a man! You pull your hat upon your brows, give sore words. The grief that does not speak, the whispers the heart that bids it break.
My children, too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And then I must be from thence. My wife killed too?
I have said.
Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of our great revenge, to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones. Did you say all? All my pretty little chickens, and they're down at one fell swoop.
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man. Oh, did heaven look on and would not take their part. Sinful Macduff, they were struck for thee, not the road to merits, but for mine. Fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Like grief convert to anger, blunt not the heart, enrage it.
Oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes and braggart with my tongue, but, gentle heavens, bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself within my sword's length. Set him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for the shaking. Receive what cheer you may. The light is long that never finds the day.
When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
Great perpetuation in nature, perceive at once the benefit of sleep, and do the effects of watching. What, besides her walking, are there actual performances you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
That you can to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
came she by that light?
She has light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
You see, her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense is shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her to continue in this a quarter of an hour.
And here's a spot.
Mark, she speaks. I will set down what she says in order to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Out, damn spot, out, I say. 1, 2. Oh, why then 'tis time to do it. Oh, hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie! What, a soldier and a feared? Oh, what need we fear? Who knows it? None can call our power to account. Yet, who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
Oh, the Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? Oh, what, will these hands ever be clean? Oh, no more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mar all this with your starting.
Go to. You have known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not. I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known.
Oh, here's a smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
One, 2, oh. Come, give me your hand. Wash your hands, put on your nightgown. Look not so pale, I tell you yet again. Banquo's buried, he cannot come out of one's grave. To bed. What's done cannot be undone. To bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural thoughts. Infected minds, their deaf pillows, do discharge their secrets. For needs she the divine physician. God forgive us all! Remove from her the means of all annoyance, yet still keep eyes upon her. And so, good night. My mind, she has mated and amazed my sight. I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
English power is near, led on by Malcolm.
Know you if Donalbain be with his brother?
For certain he is not. I have a file of all the gentry, many a rough youth who even now protest their first manhood.
What does the tyrant?
Great Duncan's he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad, others, the lesser, hate him, and do call it valiant fury, but for certain he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murder sticking on his hands. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant robe upon a dwarfish thief.
Who then shall blame his pestered senses to recoil and start when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there?
Well, march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. May we with the medicine of the sickly wheel, and with him pour we in our country's purge, each drop of us.
Or so much as it needs to dew the sovereign's flower, and to drown the weeds.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all till Burnham Wood remove Duncan's. I cannot taint with fear. What's that boy, Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? Spirits that know all mortal consequence, I pronounce thee thus. Fear not, Macbeth, for no man of woman born shall e'er have power upon thee. Then fly, false stains, and mingle with English epicures. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt, nor shake with fear. Where gottest thou that goose look?
There is 10,000.
Geese, villain!
Soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy face and overhead thy fear, thy lily little boy! What soldiers?
The English force, so please you.
Take thy face hence. Seaton! I'm sick at heart. When I behold... Seaton, I say! This push will cheer me ever or deceit me now. My way of life has fallen into the sear, the yellow leaf. And that which must accompany old age I should not look to have. But in their stead, curses, not loud but deep, mouth, honor, breath, which the poor heart would fain deny, and dare not. Seaton!
What is your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight till my bones from my flesh be hacked. Give me my armor.
'Tis not needed
I'll
yet.
put it on. Hang those that talk of fear. Give me mine armor. Doctor, how is your patient?
Not so sick, my lord, as she's troubled with thick, coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow? Raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet oblivious antidote, cleanse that perilous stuff that lays upon the heart?
Therein the patient must administer to himself.
Throw physic to the dogs. I'll none of it. Seaton, send out. Give me my armor and my staff. Doctor, the thanes fly from me. Come, sir, dispatch. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the water from my land and purge this disease to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again. What rhubarb, senna, or purgative drug could sour these English hence? I will not be afraid of death in vain. So Burnham Forest, come to Dunsinane!
What wood is this before us?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew him down a bow and bear it before him. Thereby we shall shadow the number of our hosts and err in discovery of us.
It shall be done.
The time approaches that will with due decision make us know what we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative and their unsure hopes relate. Certain issue strokes must arbitrate towards which advance the war! Yeah!
Hang our banners on the outward walls. The cry is still they come. Our castle's strength will laugh a siege to scorn, till famine and ague eat them up. What was the cry?
It's the cry of women, my good lord!
I'd almost forgotten the taste of fears. Times had been, my senses would have chilled to hear a night shriek. But now, I am supped full of horrors. Thoughts akin to my treacherous actions cannot once start me. Wherefore was the cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead!
She should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. All our yesterdays have lighted fools on the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player who struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Now come to use thy tongue. Thy story quickly.
Gracious, my lord, I should report by which I saw, but I know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I stood my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Let me into your wrath, if it be not so. In this 3 mile may you see it coming, I say, a moving grove.
Thou speaks false. The next tree shalt thou hang alive, till famine and disease cling to thee. If thy speech be sooth, I care not if thou dost for me as much. I begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not, Macbeth, for you shall not be vanquished until Burnham Wood comes to Dunsinane. And now, a wood comes to Dunsinane! Arm and out! I begin to be weary of the sun. If this being that does avouch does appear, there's no flying hence, no tarrying here. I wish the state of the world be undone. Come, blow wind, come, rack. At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now near enough! Your leafy screens throw down and show like those you are. Fare you well! Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight, let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath, those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like I must fight the course. What's he that was not born of woman? Such a one am I to fear, or none?
Hold, sirrah! What is thy name?
Thou'lt be afraid to hear it. My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself cannot pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou liest. With my sword I'll prove the lie thou speakest.
Thou wast born of woman. With swords I smile at. Weapons laugh to scorn. Grandest, I'm one of woman born.
That way the noises! Tyrant! Show thy face! Oh, if thou beest slain, and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. Either thou, Macbeth, knows my sword with an unbatted edge I sheath again undeeded. Fortune, let me find him.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword? Whilst I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound. Turn.
Of all men else, I have avoided thee. But get thee back. My soul is too much charged with the blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword.
Thou losest, labor. I bear a charmed life, which shalt yield to one of woman born.
Spare thy charm. Let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Cursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show of the times. We'll have thee as a rare monster's heart painted on a pole, and under it, here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet. Though a Burnham would become to Dunsinane, and thou oppose being of no woman born, yet I'll try the last. Lay on, Macduff, and damned be him who first cries, hold enough.
My lord. The castle is gently rendered. The tyrant's people on both sides do fight.
We have met with foes that strike beside us.
The noble thanes do bravely in the war. The day itself almost professed as yours, and little is to do.
I were we missed where friends were safe arrived.
Some must go off, and yet I see so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing.
And the noble sergeant. He's paid a soldier's debt, but only lived till he was a man, the which no sooner his prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where he fought, but like a man, he died.
Had he his hurts before?
Aye, on the front.
Why then, God's soldiers be he. He's worth more than sorrow, and that I'll spend for him.
They say he parted well and paid his score.
And so God be with them. Here comes newer comfort.
Hail, King, for so thou art. Behold, where stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is free. I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutations in their minds, whose voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves, and make us even with you. My thanes and kinsmen henceforth be earls, the first that Scotland in such an honor named. What's more to do which would be planted newly with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who as 'tis thought by self and violent hands took off her life. This, and what needful else calls upon us by the grace of grace, we reform and measure time and place. So thanks to all at once, and to each one whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.